Good morning.
Good morning.
Today we are going to be learning about the solar eclipse. Today is April 8th, 2024, and today we are going to see an eclipse outside. So we're going to go ahead and learn some facts and information about it, okay?
The solar eclipse.
Let's go ahead and read paragraph 1. Have you ever heard of a solar eclipse? During a solar eclipse, the sun, the moon, and the earth line up, and the moon casts a shadow on a part of the earth. The dark brown shape of the moon passes over the brightness of the sun. Can you tell me what we read about in paragraph 1? Yes.
How the solar eclipse is formed.
How the solar eclipse happens. Anything else? We read exactly what it is, okay? And basically it's telling you what happens is once the sun and the moon and the earth are in alignment, once they are each in a specific position and they're all facing each other, outside is going to look like it's nighttime because the moon is going to cover the sun. Read paragraph 2. Why are solar eclipses special? A solar eclipse is one of the most spectacular events you will ever see. Solar eclipses are special because they do not occur or happen very often. During a solar eclipse, scientists are able to study certain parts of the sun in ways that just would not be possible at any other time or in any other way. Paragraph 2. Who can tell me why solar eclipses are special? Yes.
They are special because they do not occur very often.
Okay, so they're rare. They don't happen every day. They don't happen that often. Why do scientists like solar eclipses? Yes.
Because they are able to study certain parts of the sun in ways that.
Very good. They're able to study certain parts of the sun during that time that they're not able to study at any other time. If you're looking in paragraph 2 and you see the word occur, and you don't know what the word occur means, what context clues are you going to look for within paragraph 2 that's going to help you figure out what that word means? Yes.
You're going to look for the words around it.
Look for the words around it, and what word around it tells you what that word means? Yes.
Happen or
But
happen.
or. The key word is or. The author is saying they do not occur or happen very often. So that word or is giving you like a clue to say the word that comes next probably means the same thing as occur, okay? So remember, we have to use our reading strategies to help us figure out unknown words. All right, paragraph 3, let's read. Do you know the history of a solar eclipse? Thousands of years ago, ancient civilizations did not understand eclipses as we do today. A solar eclipse was considered a bad omen or the end of the world. We now know through science what causes an eclipse and what kind of danger they may pose. Scientists can even predict future eclipses. So based off of paragraph 3, many years ago, how did the people view solar eclipses? Yes.
A bad omen.
So they thought it was something bad, and they also thought that it could possibly do what? Be the end of the world. Very good. Did the world end?
No.
Are we still living today?
Yes.
So were their predictions true? No. So what we actually call that is a superstition. It doesn't mean that it's real, but it's how people felt at that time period. So you can imagine that through science and them constantly examining and being curious and looking further into things, that they give us the answers that we need. Not all the answers and not all the time, but scientists, they really help us figure out what is happening in the world. So we don't have those certain type of superstitions going on, okay? Let's read paragraph 4. Did you know there are different types of solar eclipses? A total solar eclipse occurs when the moon completely covers the sun, turning the day into an unnatural darkness. A partial solar eclipse, on the other hand, happens when only part of the sun is obscured or hidden by the moon, creating a crescent or curved shape in the sky. What new information did we learn in paragraph 4? Yes. We learned the different types of eclipses, and we learned about 2. What are they? Yes. And a partial, a total, and a partial. Total means the whole sun is covered up, and partial means not the entire sun being covered up, and you can still see some light. Okay? Paragraph 5. How do you watch a solar eclipse safely? You must always wear protective eclipse glasses when any part of the sun is visible. You can seriously injure your eyes and even go blind. At any given time, it is never safe to look directly at the sun. Paragraph 5, mostly about. Yes.
How to watch the solar eclipse safely?
How to watch the solar eclipse safely. Very good. And if you look over here on the top picture, there is a caption on the bottom of the picture. It says, during a total eclipse, the sky will get dark for a few minutes when the moon blocks the sun. On April 8, 2024, a total solar eclipse will cross North America, passing over Mexico, the United States, and Canada. And if you look at the world map here, North America is right here. So the eclipse will go this way, this path. Not everyone will see the total eclipse, but they may see a partial depending on what state you live in. Okay? At the bottom of your paper, you're going to see a diagram of the solar eclipse. You're going to see where the sun is. You're going to see where the moon and the earth is. And if you look, you can see that during their eclipse, the earth is always constantly moving. But during their eclipse, you see how the earth, the moon, and the sun are all in alignment. You see that? Very good. Looking at all 5 of the paragraphs, how did the author structure or organize the paragraphs for us? Yes.
With questions.
He used questions. If we look at paragraph 1, it says, have you ever heard of a solar eclipse? And then he described for you what a solar eclipse is. In paragraph 2, he asks, why are solar eclipses special? Then he goes on to say why they're special. Then in paragraph 3, he says, do you know the history of a solar eclipse? Then he goes on to answer and tells you the history. In paragraph 4, he says, do you know there are different types of eclipses? Then he tells you the different types of eclipses. And lastly, in paragraph 5, he says, how do you watch a solar eclipse safely? And then he goes on to tell you how to watch it safely. You see that? So to summarize our lesson today, we read about the solar eclipse. We read about what it is, how do we watch it safely, why it's special, and what people felt about it long ago.
Solar eclipse. Have you ever heard of the solar eclipse? During a solar eclipse, the sun, the moon.
Special. A solar eclipse is one of the most spectacular events you will ever see. Solar eclipses are special because they do not occur or happen very often. During a solar eclipse, I learned that there's 2 different types of solar eclipse. That there's one partially and then there's one total. Start happening. The moon, the earth, and the sun start forming up in a line, and the moon covers the sun, making the whole sky dark.
I learned that solar eclipses are special because they do not occur or happen very often.
I learned that there are different types of solar eclipse. I learned that the sun, the moon,
and Earth have to line up for a solar eclipse to happen.
How do you know it's non-fiction?
Because it gives facts and information.
About the solar eclipse.
The solar eclipse in your own words. It's like a time where the moon is pitch black and it's like dark for like about a couple minutes,
And the moon blocks the sun from making light.
but you just can't look at it.
What is the results of not wearing solar eclipse protective glasses during an eclipse? The results is if you don't wear the solar eclipse protective glasses, you could injure your eyes. You could